What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people brought up with me recently, which is, should I get my real estate license? There are obviously a ton of people every single year that go to get their real estate license so they can buy and sell properties. Now, that makes a lot of sense. It's a really cool career that allows you to have control over your income. And so a lot of people see the silver lining of that and see that it could be a great opportunity compared to their 9-to-5. Now, the prospect of getting your license can be a little bit daunting as it takes some time and some money, but it certainly doesn't take that much time or that much money when you compare it to other careers that you might want to go into where you might require a 4-year degree that's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Typically, to get your real estate license, you're looking at a couple months, maybe a year or two, and you're going to be able to do it pretty easily. You're going to be able to spend a couple $1,000s depending on the pace you go through. It's not going to take you too long, and for all intents and purposes, you can be a real estate agent and be selling houses full time. Now, the problem with that is that, as most people find when they get into the business, it can be a lot of work. Now, with real estate, one of the challenging things that a lot of people run into is that it's always going to be time for money, and there's very much a feast or famine cycle that a lot of real estate agents go through. Now, a lot of people that decide to work with me come from a real estate background. Tons of them have no background whatsoever with real estate, but naturally there are a lot of people that want to get into Airbnb coming from a real estate background. Now, the challenge that they always bring up, these agents that I speak with, people who are in the business of helping people to buy and sell homes, is that it's very, very cyclical. Some months you're going to do really, really well. If you hustle and you work really hard that month, you can have a really great month where you're earning $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 in commissions. The challenge is that consistency is not really built into the model of buying and selling real estate. If you do really well one month, it does not mean you're going to do really well the next month. So a lot of real estate agents have this problem where the majority of their annual income is concentrate into just a few months out of the year. This makes it really hard to predict how much money you're going to be able to spend and how you can really afford to live your life, because you don't have a predictable stream of income. And it also makes it really challenging to take time away or take your foot off of the gas. At the end of the day, all the time that you take away from your business is costing you a lot of money in opportunity cost. Suddenly that $4,000 2-week vacation actually costs you $14,000 because you missed out on a potential deal. So that's a really hard thing to stomach if you're going and spending that kind of money. When you factor in the cost of the holiday and the opportunity cost there, suddenly it's costing you a lot. And so as a result, a lot of real estate agents suffer from burnout. A lot of them work themselves into the ground by working really hard, really long hours without taking a break, because they realize that the opportunity cost is just exceptionally high in real estate. Not to mention the fact that when you get your license, it does not automatically mean that you're going to be able to be successful. Even going on with a good brokerage oftentimes does not mean that you're going to be successful in real estate, because the reality is it's exceptionally competitive as an industry. You're going to have to niche yourself down no matter what business you're starting, and becoming a real estate agent, you are starting your own book of business. You're going to need to really niche yourself down and focus on a specific group of people to try to become the best at serving so that you can beat out all the other competition out there. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't get into real estate. I'm not saying that real estate doesn't have potential. I'm just saying that there are a number of really big downsides when you look at the level of competition, the amount of feast or famine, the unpredictability of the income, and the amount of hustle you're going to have to put in to earn those kind of great commissions that you're probably expecting. Now, on the flip side of that, if you start managing Airbnb properties, like a lot of real estate agents end up coming to me to learn how to do. And again, there's a link down in the description below if you want to learn more about how to start managing properties on Airbnb. That is a really great way of counteracting a lot of those challenges. So whether you want to add that onto your portfolio, if you're currently a real estate agent or you're looking to become a real estate agent and want to do this on the side, or if you want to get out of real estate in favor of something that's going to give you a bit more consistency, a bit less risk, a bit less competition, then property management can be a really great way to do that, specifically Airbnb property management. And the really nice thing here is that because we are managing properties ongoingly and our typical customer is going to stick around with us for upwards of 1 to 2 years, that means that when we put in work for 1 month and hustle hard to get a property, we're going to be earning consistent income from that property month after month after month for a year, 2 years, 3 years into the future. So there's a lot less of that inconsistency and unpredictability that you get with being a real estate agent. Now, same thing goes for that lumpy income, the feast or famine. If you work really hard early on, you can have a sustained high level of income for years to come without having to constantly be putting in that hustle month after month after month after month. Now, it's not to say that you're going to get rich quick or get rich easy for that matter either. You do have to put the work in early on, but the nice thing is that there's residual income that comes in from that rather than just a one-time single payment for that one transaction that you worked really hard for. So there's definite pros there, and the other big pro is that there's substantially less competition and substantially more demand relative to the competition that there is. You know, with buying and selling a home, there's only so many people buying and selling homes, and there's exponentially more people helping to facilitate with those transactions, i.e. real estate agents, than the market really needs. But with Airbnb property management, there is a large number of people that are in demand of those services, but very few people around to service them. The reality is that it's an underserved market right now. The competition is quite low. And so you still need to niche yourself the same way that you would in real estate, but when you do that effectively, the rewards are much, much higher. Again, if you want to learn more about how to add this into your portfolio or how to get started in this, even if you don't have any experience with real estate, or if you want to get into real estate, regardless, if you want to add this and start managing properties for other people on Airbnb and earn a full-time income doing it, then I highly recommend you check out the link down below to the free training that I've put together that shows you through step by step by step exactly how I built this business from the ground up. Now, the reality is that this is a really, really great business to get into, regardless of what kind of experience you have or what kind of background you have. However, it's an even better opportunity if you're already in the real estate space. I can speak from experience that the more I got into this business, the more clients I brought on, I realized after a certain amount of time that every single client that I brought on was actually worth 2 to 4 clients in the long term, because referrals are a really big part of this industry. And so if you're already well connected in this space, I've had people start work with me, students come into our program to start working with us, building this business, and be able to build their business up to 5, 10, 20 properties in record time because they already had a few small connections that allowed them to grow the business very, very quickly. The reality is, if you're selling a property to a real estate investor or you're helping to facilitate that transaction and they want to use it for Airbnb, who better to work with to do that? That's someone they already know, like, and trust. Now, again, you can also get referrals from them to different people in their network. I can speak from my own experience, not having come in with any background in real estate, but building up a great reputation. I would work with a client for a couple of months. They would see the results that I would get, be really thrilled with me, and a lot of times they would know other people that were just like them and had other properties that they had on Airbnbs. You know, it was a small, tight-knit community of real estate investors, vacation homeowners, Airbnb hosts out there. And so once you can get a name for yourself and get known as the person that can deliver really great results, like we show you how to do in our training, then the sky's the limit and you can really grow the business quickly and exponentially. So again, if that's something you're interested in, then I recommend checking out the link in the description down below. If you liked this video, if you got value from it, then just give it a quick like. Pressing that like button does wonders for me. It really, really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. So if you could take half a second of your time and just click that like button, it would really, really help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel here and you want to stay up to date with all of our future videos, just click the button there to subscribe to the channel. We post 2 new videos every single week, and I'd love to see you around here in the future. And as always, I hope that everything goes really well for you in the next couple days, and I will see you in the next video.